Well, spring is here. Snow's gone in the backyard. The ice is still safe, but rotting is over. We have two 2021 Expedition super wide tracks here. One 600R, one 100 Ace. We've had them for 3 seasons now, so we can give a really honest comparison on them. You can see that they're built really similar. A couple differences. The 600 has a guard over the rad and a light bar. The shock package is slightly different on them, but for the most part they are the same snowmobiles, from the tie downs to the chainsaw holders and gas racks and the bumpers. And this one had a studded track until I ripped it off a couple weeks ago, so it's all the same. So it's a really fair comparison. So there is 16,000 kilometers, that's about 10,000 miles on the 600. And there's 21,000 kilometers, that's around 13,500 miles on the 900. Whenever the 600 went, the 900 went, but sometimes the 900 went and I was on a different sled, so that's why the 900 got more miles. So the first thing you'll notice is the 600, even from stock before any clutching or upgrading or tuning, the 600 engages smoother. The 900 has more torque at engagement, which is good for some applications, but the 600 does engage smoother and is a little smoother on and off the throttle, whereas the 900 is it's not jerky, that would be unfair, but it does pitch a bit more with throttle input. They cruise remarkably the same at like a nice cruising speed. The 900 is a bit quieter and smoother and all that good stuff, which is really cool. The 600 has a bit more zip up top, so there's no wrong choice. I mean, it really depends on what you're doing. The 600 and the 900, when ran the same, get nearly identical fuel economy, so that's pretty interesting. We did do a ECM tune, or ECM, yeah, I guess you call it a tune, with the 900 and some clutching, and that did actually make a noticeable improvement to the fuel economy, so that was pretty cool. So after that one always did probably 20 kilometers or so to a tank better than the 600. Towing really hard, the 600 burns a lot more gas than the 900, but I think that's because at the speeds we like to travel, the 900 is already wound out, whereas the 600 got a bit left to go. Whereas once you start towing hard, you're using all the power. So overall, it's been really good. These have been good snowmobiles to us. I put 12,000 or something on my 600 with no maintenance, just oil and gas, oil and grease, and similar on that one. After that, we started to, have to replace a few components in the clutches. Nothing serious. The 600 got a motor at 14,700, all warranty. Dealer treated me awesome. Only last 1 weekend on the snow, so I can't complain about that. So it's just time for an upgrade. We're getting 2 new ones next fall. But that is the short and the long of 600 versus 900. There's no bad choice. They're both really good, but they are very different when it comes to the characteristics of on and off the throttle. And the 600 does have a little bit more speed, or a little bit more zip. The other thing that's interesting to note is when you're doing a lot of forward and reverse, as fast as you can push that button on the 600, it's in and out, bang. The engine switches from forward to reverse really fast, whereas on the 900, you got to come to a complete stop. It has to idle down, push the button, wait for engagement, and then go. So that might not seem like a big deal to some people, but when you're really pushing trail, trying to break trail, that does slow you down a bit. But they're good. You can see even like the bodywork and stuff on these sleds is aged really well. I mean, this thing has been in the woods and ran over trees and been caught up on stumps, and just look at it, it's still shiny. Like the panels have aged really good, and like the gaps are all even still good. We've had XUs like the last generation. By the time you got half the mileage on it, none of this stuff fit anymore, and the rubber straps were busted off. But like, this is all original. The stuff fits. Skidoo did a really good job with the panels and the fit and the finish and the quality of everything on this. So good snowmobiles. I would recommend. Make sure you put 10-inch skis on it. So any more questions about Expedition super wide tracks or 2-stroke versus 4-stroke or all that stuff, just put it in the comments.